Is learning Spanish worth it? Should I try learning Portuguese? Well, in today's video, we're diving into a linguistic showdown between two languages with one of the most passionate speaking communities, Spanish and Portuguese, or should I say, Spanish versus Portuguese. But first, I need to make a disclaimer because I love and speak both languages, so I will not be fighting over them in this video. Yeah, Alice not in the video. How does it work? Well, each language earned points in different categories, and at the end we will see which one will emerge as victorious. So the criteria that will be used in this video and in the following ones will be the alphabet, pronunciation, global reach, vocabulary, and finally the coolest popular song. And yes, as you can see, it's a very serious competition. Both Spanish and Portuguese are Romance languages, which means they're descendants of Latin. They share similarities in grammar and vocabulary, just like siblings who love and hate each other. So if you know one, learning the other is much easier. In this first round, let's start with the alphabet. Spanish comes out swinging with its clean Latin alphabet comprising 27 letters. Each letter has its place and pronunciation is usually very straightforward. No surprises here, which makes Spanish a great language for those language learners who are looking for the alphabet simplicity. But wait, here comes Portuguese, packing a punch with 26 letters. On the surface, it may seem like it's easier. It's a letter short, right? Well, Portuguese spices things up with a bunch of accents on top of letters with sounds that you didn't even know you could pronounce. In Spanish, we have the famous letter ñ. And in the beginning, it can be a little bit tricky to learn how to pronounce it, but once you learn how to say it, it just seems like super cool. I mean, how can you not enjoy saying words like niña, cumpleaños, niño? But the thing is, Portuguese also has an incredibly unique letter. Let's see it. It's called a cedilha, and it can be found in French as well. And for the English speakers, it's pronounced as the letter S, and in Portuguese, it can be found in the word esperança. If you don't like weird letters, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but both languages have a bunch of vowels with accents on the top of them. If you know or study Spanish, you might think that the vowels with an accent on their top are a lot, right? Well, I have bad news for you. Let me introduce you the Portuguese ones.
In Portuguese, there are 5 types of accent marks: acute accent a, e, I, o, u, grave accent a, o, circumflex accent a, e, o, tilde a, o, and the cedilla.
Yes, believe me, they use all of them. These accents can change pronunciation and even meaning of a word, making Portuguese a compelling challenge for those who love a linguistic puzzle. So, who gets the first point in this showdown? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about the pronunciation aspect. In the red corner, representing Spanish, we have a language known for its clear and precise pronunciation. Every letter is enunciated, making it a great choice for beginners. Take gracias, for example.
Gracias. Gracias.
You see, gracias, each syllable rolls off the tongue gracefully. In the blue corner, we have Portuguese, the language that has the cutest speakers when saying social media names. Have you ever heard a Brazilian saying TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat? No, of course not. It's not TikTok, it's TikTok. It's not Facebook, but Facebook. And it's not Snapchat, it's Snapchat. Seriously, it's impossible to not enjoy listening to Brazilians speaking. Like, come on, they say Snapchat, YouTube. It's not just so cute. Talking about identical words in both languages, we have some very different pronunciation speeches. In Spanish, the word gente is pronounced as gente. In Portuguese from Portugal, they say gente. And in Brazilian Portuguese, coming from the same family of TikTok, they say gente. Comparing some more words in Spanish and Brazilian Portuguese, wait, don't cancel me, okay? That's the Portuguese that I know, Brazilian Portuguese. People from Portugal, I love you guys' accents, okay? But, you know, I know Brazilian Portuguese better. We have sol, sol, casa, casa, coração, coração. The main difference between Spanish and Portuguese when it comes to pronunciation is that Portuguese has more nasal sounds and the same vowel can hold multiple sounds, while Spanish is more straightforward. On the other hand, Spanish has an impressive number of accents, and that's what we're going to talk in this upcoming round. If you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Next up, the global reach. Spanish takes the crown here because it's the second most spoken language in the world by number of native speakers, with over 485 million. It's the official language of over 20 countries, including Spain, Argentina, Mexico, Colombia, and most of South and Central America. Portuguese, while not as widely spoken, has its stronghold in Portugal, Brazil, Angola, and several other nations in Africa and Asia. Yes, you've heard right. Asia. Portuguese is an official language of Macau and East Timor, but the global reach race isn't just about the sheer number of speakers. It's also about the diverse cultures and experience each language connects you to. Spanish opens the door to the passionate rhythms of flamenco in Spain, tango from Argentina, and the poetic magic of Gabriel Garcia Marquez novels. Meanwhile, Portuguese invites you to meet music genres such as bossa nova, samba, funk, and meet the enchanting world of Fernando Pessoa's literature. Both languages are spoken in incredibly diverse and culturally rich countries. By speaking Portuguese, you can visit Lisboa, Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo, Luanda, and much more. But by speaking Spanish, you can visit Madrid, Buenos Aires, Ciudad de Mexico, Bogota, etc, etc, etc. So if Spanish won your heart in this round, add a point to Team Spanish. And if Portuguese gets the lead, Portuguese gets a point. In this round, we're going to check two things: familiarity with the English language and uniqueness. Firstly, starting with familiarity, let's think of words that are similar to English or widely known internationally. And to do that, I select some words that are very similar to each other in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, so you can decide which one sounds better. And let's begin with popular, 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 original, 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 chocolate, 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 possible, possible, possível, color, color, cor, telephone, teléfono, telefone. Which language sounds better for you? Spanish or Portuguese? Let me know in the comments. Talking about internationally known words, Spanish starts strong with words such as amigo, fiesta, and chocolate, which are practically international words now. I believe you will feel like you've known these words forever, even if it's your first time learning. Don't count Portuguese out just yet. It brings some linguistic surprises to the table, trust me. Words like saudade, which beautifully captures the feeling of longing, or cafuné, which means tenderly running your hands through someone else's hair, are just so unique and beautiful, don't you think? In my opinion, these words are just like hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. So, in your opinion, which language wins in the vocabulary clash? And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the coolest popular song, Showdown. In one corner we have the global sensation Despacito by Daddy Yankee and Luis Fonsi. And in the other corner, representing Portuguese, we've got Garota de Ipanema by Tom Jobim and Vinicius de Moraes, also known as The Girl from Ipanema. I have to admit that it's very hard to evaluate because both songs are very different from each other, so I'll leave this responsibility to you. So based on everything I've said, should you learn Portuguese or Spanish? But just a reminder, at the end of the day, it depends on your interests and goals. Both languages offer unique experiences and countless opportunities for discovery and connection. If you like this content, please give me feedback in the comments and let me know which languages should I evaluate in the next video. So that's it guys, subscribe to my channel and see you in the next video. Bye! I'm drinking water. Estoy bebendo agua. Estou bebendo água. 저는 물을 마셨어요. No, 물을 마셔요. Seriously.